Ev to Phil, October 28, 1942, 3 p.m. Phil, dearest, I'm glad to hear the package arrived safely. And what do you mean by thank Mrs. Fromer for the smokes? Ruthie bought the cigarettes for you, and you'd better thank her. You sound like you're living a life of Riley, and it all seems too good to be true. I only hope it lasts. Phil, do you have the key to the cellar door? Remember that Saturday night when we had to borrow the key from my mother? Well, no one seems to be able to find it, and I'm wondering whether or not you might have it. If you do, hold on to it, for it's the only one we have. The insurance man was here today, and I asked him if I could sign the check. He said no and will inquire what can be done. He advised me not to send it to you. I didn't pay him. He'll call next week and let me know what to do. Harry decided against bringing his girlfriend home for dinner. Jack N. told him he was a dope for rushing her off her feet, so he's slowing down. They went to the Melrose Riding Academy last night. Both raved no end about the place, and it's reasonable. There's a huge fireplace with blazing logs providing most of the light and plenty of privacy. They don't, as Jack N. put it, give you a lock and key. Jack N. liked his date. He said she's very nice, but she wouldn't kiss him. That bothers him. It's the first decent date Harry made for him. Imagine, Harry made for Jack. She's Jewish and pretty, says Jack. I was reading the Reader's Digest last night and came across an expression which I thought was cute. A new word for a girl who is crazy about men in uniform. Khaki-wacky. However, I'm only khaki-wacky about one guy in uniform, and I'll give you one guess. I had an awful night, and I'm practically a cripple. I fell asleep immediately upon climbing into bed. About 4 hours later, I awoke having to go to the bathroom. As I attempted to get up, I got a cramp in my left leg, which nearly caused me to scream, page 2, murder. When I was finally able to set my foot on the floor, after tossing about like a fish for a full 5 minutes, it was stiff and I could not put any pressure on it. I've been limping about the house all day, trying to get it back to normal. I was scared out of my wits, thinking the baby was pressing against a vein. I massaged it with alcohol, and it seems better. I guess it's a little sprained. My dad is coming along nicely and had to report to the hospital for an examination today. My mother received another bill from the hospital for an additional $139. Boy, oh boy, they don't want much. It's sunny and not too cold, a perfect autumn day. I haven't been knitting or crocheting lately because my eyes are badly strained. I'm resting up. Are you lucky? Eddie has a card which entitles the holder to $2.75 seats at a wrestling bout at 60 cents apiece. Maybe someday we'll get to the fights when this mess is all over. I'm determined to catch up on my movies, so you don't get too far ahead of me. But the more determined I become, the worse the neighborhood pictures get. Furthermore, I've seen every good picture that's playing in the neighborhood. I can't very well hop a bus or trolley to go to a movie. They are invariably crowded, especially when I have to go to and fro from Miss Hahn's. And I get pushed and shoved for all I'm worth. It isn't worth taking so many chances. It's too late. As long as I'm resting, I'm safe from such dangers and can talk to you via letter in the evening, I don't mind it one bit. When the baby arrives and I can do it no harm by such travel, I shall try to, quote, catch up, unquote. 8:30 p.m. Supper is over, and after dashing about like a chicken without a head, limp and all, it feels mighty good to relax. Gloria's mother is here, and page 3, so is her sister Lil with her little son Jackie. Some surprise. Are we going to be cramped? Jack N. and Harry are getting to are going to a weenie roast given by the Signal Corps this evening. Same dates as last night. Tonight is 5 weeks since you left. To me, it's 5 years. I miss you so much, honey. I miss the happiness and contentment we had when we were together. When the family is assembled at the dinner table, such as tonight, your absence makes me bluer than blue. I shudder each time I try to look ahead. Tomorrow, page 4, may bring the very thing I fear. To hear you are well and enjoying yourself warms my heart. May God bless you and be good to you always. Love and regards from all. I'm adding a special kiss. Forever yours, Evie. P.S. Every night at 9, you are mine. Phil to Ev, Wednesday, October 28th, 5:40 p.m. Dearest Chippy, today was clear again, but warmer. We only had to wear one woolen shirt under our field jackets instead of the usual 2. The program continues easy. Yesterday we had a written exam on general orders, and I made a grade of OK 100, which I take to be pretty good. This morning consisted of calisthenics drill and an exam in first aid. I'll let you know how I made out. In the afternoon, we killed a lot of time drawing supplies, woolen underwear. The rest of the afternoon was spent playing softball. What a tough outfit. Received yours and Jack's letters, and very welcome they were indeed. It took Jack a long time to get around to, but believe me, it was well worth waiting for. Did you read it? He speaks very highly of you. It warmed my heart right through to hear my best pal commend my best gal for her courage and human qualities. It struck me I'm a very lucky guy indeed to have such a swell guy for a friend and such a gracious lady for my wife. What I can't understand is Jack's statements that his mother couldn't, quote, adopt her, end quote, herself to living in Philly. He doesn't enlarge on this sufficiently to make clear on what he bases this assertion. Perhaps you can explain it, baby. Tonight, if I can remain awake long enough. Page 2, there's a special treat in store. At 11:30 p.m. in the Base Theater, there will appear the Ink Spots, Lucky Millender and his band, Peg Leg Bates, and others. It ought to be a swell show. Your letter, sweet, eased my conscience about coming home, I mean. I was hoping you'd tell me that $10 was a small consideration compared to my getting home. For myself, I'll say that the $10 is very insignificant in view of the pleasure I would derive in being home for a day or two. But I couldn't speak for you, sweet. You understand that. So it was with a deep sense of gratitude that I read those precious lines urging me to try to get home. You may rest assured, Chippy, I'll do everything possible in that direction. Furthermore, don't worry your lovely head about the money. I have more than enough. The, quote, boys, unquote, just won't let me lose any money, with the result that I have doubled my original capital. Surprised? So am I. I'm dying to see everyone at home, and I'm very impatient for that happy day to arrive, when I'll hop the train for good old Philly. I doubt very much if I can swing it this weekend, but I'm hoping to make it next weekend. Keep your fingers crossed for me, baby, because most of all, I crave to see you and hold you in my arms. So long for now, my angel. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. My love to all, from your expectant Phil. P.S. Tell Harry, beware the Southern gals. Dot Cohen to Phil, October 28, 1942. Dear Phil, received your letter and will excuse your delay in answering any further letters. I won't always be this prompt either. Called Evie and read her your letter. She was glad you had written. By the way, the doctor told me that I was going to have a boy. Well, I guess, page 2, the next one will have to be a girl. Now that I know what it is, I won't be as impatient, because the suspense was killing. Not that it's any of my business, but Ev is contemplating taking a trip out to see you. If you're wise, you won't let her take such a long trip in these late months. Don't. Page 3, let her know I told you because I tried to discourage her and she wouldn't listen. As long as there is a chance of your coming home when the baby is born, that should be good enough under the circumstances. Snuff has been working every day and night. We hardly see each other anymore, but I guess page 4, I shouldn't complain, should I? If you don't come home this weekend, Ev is going to come out here and stay over as she is going to the doctor's. Nothing else to write except answer soon and send some pictures for my album. Your friends, Dot and Snuff. P.S. Note address.